Here. Today's races, I believe, are going to be with us at, let me check here. I believe we're going to have races at Homestead. We're going to have races at the Roval, and then we're going to have our last race will be at Iowa. This will be the first of our normal scheduled races where we have 3 races a day. I know we did Daytona last week, and that was a full-length race, and that was significantly longer. We did that just to really try out how things were going to go, but I believe we might have made it too long, especially because we had some drivers disconnect. Unfortunately, and so it might have not been the most interesting race to watch, but hopefully some of these next ones where we have these 3 races a day for the next 5 weeks here are going to be a little bit more interesting, and then we'll finish up with our finale at Talladega like we always do. So we're just going to go ahead and I think they're just creating a lobby here so we can go ahead and get everybody all loaded in here. Let me go ahead and, unfortunately, do I have my desktop audio? Okay, let me fix this here. I think that should be fine. Alright, I apologize about that. Alright, perfect. I believe we have quite a few drivers who are going to be racing with us today. We've got almost 13, 13 up in the driver's briefing. Here we've got the number 30 car, who's going to be Alex. The number 40 car, Draggle, is racing with us today. Let me make sure I have his number down. And the number 60 car, we have the number 10 car, we have the number 2 car, we have the number 21 car, the number 24, the 69, okay. Sorry, this probably makes no sense. We have the number 40 car, Draggled. We have the number 60 car, Boris. We have the number 10 car, Phenite. The number 2 car, Fraser. The number 21 car, Finzo. The number 24 car, J-Pen. The number 69 is here after having to miss a week. That's Smile and Troll. We have the number 51, Popcorn. We have the number 11, Asiana. And then we have the number 48, Sherlock. And the number 99, Voodoo. I'd get very mad if I missed out on him. So I believe we also have one other driver, but we're not actually sure what his number is yet. Hopefully, though, when we get into a race, we can put down his number. I am actually alone in the broadcast booth today, so I might have to switch around cameras just to try and see some of the incidents, but I think that the driver should also try and record, hopefully, so we can... I know some of them talked about maybe recording incidents, so maybe we can review that after, but I will try and... hand out penalties for them, so that might ruin a couple of the camera angles of the leaders on today's stream. Unfortunately, I can't really do that because I don't have an extra person in here running race control. So hopefully, I believe we've almost got everybody loaded on into the driver's briefing. I think we might have actually, I think they talked about Sherlock could possibly not be present for this race because I think he has to reinstall his game. But we still will have 12. We'll just see what happens here when they, if they eventually get set up here and getting to a race day. I know one of them is probably going to come in and let me know when they are ready.
Right.
Perfect. Alrighty. Go ahead and load on in now. Alrighty. Now then. Time to go. Let's go ahead and hop on in. Perfect. It's just taking a little bit to load in. Alright, we are loaded in now. Let's go and let all the drivers now get loaded in themselves. Like I talk about almost every week now, we do have drivers coming from all over the world to race with us, so sometimes pings are a little bit of an issue. But hopefully it doesn't affect too much of today's race, and hopefully we don't have that many disconnections. I know it was really a problem at Daytona, because we didn't actually have a gap or a pause between races, or there weren't multiple races, so once someone disconnected, they were done for good. Hopefully, though, with these 3 races, even if we have that unfortunate event of someone disconnecting, we can kind of make something work so that they can get into the next races. Sometimes it takes a couple seconds here for the drivers to get loaded in, so we'll just pause for a second here and wait for that to happen. Alright, looks like they're all lining up here, actually with the 40 in the start. As the green flag falls now. Taking a look here at the 11 car. Just forgot to hit the gas there, I think. So 69 now coming up high now. The 11 cars. So I think the 30's up into the lead there. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be doing the best job of keeping up with our leaders, though, because I have to... Ooh, that did not look good. I have to watch back here to make sure that these drivers don't screw stuff up. Try and hand out penalties if I see something go on. see, I think the 40 car went up there, tapped the wall. So we see the 21 there. That was definitely ping. As they came up beside the 60. Now the 21's going down here, low on the 51. Rocketing by the 10 there as he's going to try and come low. Making his way up the order there. 10 just gets a little bit, bumps on a little bit of the bumper there, but I think that was actually a 21 coming up. Now the 21 we see is ping. He's going a little bit over the track, unless that was actually him getting loose, but I suspect that would be ping. We see him come up on the 2 and bump the 2 up almost under the wall there. Not going to be a penalty there. Take a look now a little bit back here, just to get a little bit more of a view of the race. I believe that the 30 car is really pulling ahead there. As we see the 10 now battling up here. Oh, someone got loose there. So you see the 51 has spun out. Unfortunately, I just don't have the actual camera, the number of cameras to be able to see everything that happens on this track. So I can't actually broadcast the driving up front at the same time as the driving back here. So we see here the 2 car, sorry, excuse me, got a little loose there. Take a look up here at some of these other drivers. We see Draggle coming down a little bit on the 21 there. That bumped him a little bit and pushed him over a little bit. A little bit dirty. We see the 40s now wiggling around a little bit here, trying to go high now. And that's going to let the 21 get by low. We see the 2 now coming up on the high side of the number 60 car. 60 is going to tap the wall there. Just didn't slow quite enough. So I believe the new driver that we have is just racing in the stock, or the default car, which is the 4 car of Denny Hamlin. Or Kevin Harvick. I'm an idiot. Sorry about that. What the hell was I thinking? He's just racing in the stock number 4 car. But we can just keep an eye on him. We'll take a look up here towards the front, though. We still see that, like last season, the 30 car is really able to pull away from some of these other drivers. He's already taken the lead and already has a significant gap on our second place driver. I believe it's J-Pens in second place, followed closely by Smiling Troll. So this big lead here for the 30 might secure him the win of the race. And we see here that the 24 is still significantly behind him. Take a look over here towards a little bit of the backer area of the pack. Backer, nice. We see the number 11 car now going low on the number 10. Number 10 comes down a little bit. I think not quite seeing the number 11 there. The number 11 is the car of Denny Hamlin. That's correct. All right. Thank God I finally got something right. We see, I believe here we just have we're taking a look now with the number 69 car. Smiling Troll now is riding in 3rd place of the race. We see J-Pen sliding a little bit there. Sliding down below the white line on the back straight. A little bit of a mistake there from Troll causes him to just kiss the wall a little bit. We see the number 24 there getting a little bit loose there out of the exit. The gap between these drivers, though, is really large, even between 2nd and 3rd place. So we'll probably have to see some kind of caution or something for these drivers to actually close up a little bit on each other. Look here, I think the 10 just put it in the wall there a little bit. Oh yeah, the 10 just spun around. And it wrecked like 3 drivers out of the race there. I'll go ahead and note that down. That was a massive incident there for the number 40 car as he flew right by, though. Flew right by the 51 and just, well, he hit the 51 and then went straight into the wall. I'm sure they're going to want something for that. I see the number 10 there. Although he caused the incident, I'm putting just a little bit of a note here. We'll probably go and check with them about whether we actually want to hand something out. Maybe just because, it did look like it was a driving error, and doesn't look like he directly tried to take anyone out, but we may still give him a penalty or a strike. We'll see what happens here. I just put it down in my notes. And a green flag is a way out. I don't think we saw so much happening there with pit stops. Although we do see that the 69 car is up towards the lead here. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. A little bit of bumping going on there at the back, but thankfully that didn't cause anyone to wreck out. You see a little bit more bumping going on back here. Oh, as the 11 car now just gets right on the bumper there, the 99 doesn't really have anywhere to go. He just slams into him. The 99 is now up over into the wall there. So 99 is now coming into, probably disconnected there. So that does not look like the normal thing for someone to do. As he now drove down onto the grass and hit straight into the wall there. Not sure what the 99, that's got to be disconnecting. I doubt Voodoo would actually try and do that. As we see, taking a look here at this pack, I think we're riding on board here with the number 40, Draggled right now. Sounds like someone is coming right close on his bumper there. The inside, and the inside goes to number 11, is able to get by the 40 car. Looks like another mistake from the 40 is going to cost him also that spot where the 10 is able to get by him. Taking a look here up at the front, I think we did see that the 24 managed to get by the 69. The 69 also dropped back below the 21 car as well. I apologize if I wasn't actually commentating on what's going on in the front. Oh, 69 is spun himself around there. That is not good for the 69. Going to cost him a ton of positions. That's unfortunate there for the 69 car. He was doing pretty well in the race. 4th place, although that is not normally where he places when he races. He comes in around 2nd. We see the 10 also made a mistake there. I think that's going to cost him as well a ton of positions as he's up now on the side of the track. 10 is spun around. If maybe not costing him positions, it definitely cost him a significant amount of time. We'll see here. We're currently riding on board now with the 2 car. As he's side by side with the number 60. 60 is going to come down, just tap his quarter pan a little bit there, but the 2 is going to be able to get that inside line. Be able to, actually it looks like the 60 did a decent job there, but I think he might have made a mistake there and break the loop too late. So you see the 10 is still beached off of the side. Now we're on board with the 4 car of Harvick, actually. But that's not the real driver's name, or the driver who's currently driving. Driver's Cyborg is who's currently driving the car. He's just sitting right back behind these 2. Oh, we'll see if he tries to make any moves here or anything to get by them. But he still does have quite a bit of distance here before he's actually able to do that. But as these guys are fighting, they're probably going to lose a bit of time, and maybe this 4 car will be in range. Let's make some moves on these cars ahead. If we take a look up here, I believe at some of our leaders, it looks like J-Pence managed to get by the 30 car of Alex. I still am not watching them because we can't exactly hand out a ton of penalties, but I guess at this point we can probably go ahead and start watching some of the leaders, I guess. Taking a look up here, we have the 24 then in the lead. Just behind him we have the 30 car. Well, not just behind, it's actually a significant amount behind. And then followed by the 21. Not quite as much of a lead as the 30 car did have over him, but we can only speculate as to what happened there. We can actually pull one of them into the interview booth, maybe in one of the intermissions, and see what they think about it, or what actually happened, because we were watching some of the drivers towards the middle and the back of the racing, just to make sure we could actually give out penalties. Although I haven't seen anything super big happen, we did see the 10 there go off track, and that collected a couple of the cars. Did not cause a caution, but we were talking about handing out penalties even though they don't cause cautions. We see the oh shoot, what the heck are they coming up on? I think they're coming up on lap traffic then. Looks like they are about to lap the number 11 car. Well, they still have some ways to go, but they're starting to come up on some lap traffic like the number 11 car. As we see, I think the 10 is now in pit road. Or at the entrance to pit road now. Oh, never mind. I'm just a complete whack job today. The number 10, I think, exited pit road there. Sorry about that one. We're taking a look here. I think this is our last place driver, but he's able to actually get by these three after something occurred there. Holy crap, what the hell was that going on? Why are they driving so slow just on the track like that? They just took out two drivers there. There was a 51, the 40, and the 51, the 40, and the 99, or they completely ruined a couple of Lito's races there with that. I'm not sure why they were driving so damn slow there on the road. You see J-Pen just had nowhere to go there, and it took out Finzo as well. That's really unfortunate. I know we're going to have to penalize a couple of them for that, unless there was some kind of incident that we didn't actually see. Which very well could be the case. We see J-Pen's pulling into the pits too. A lot of these drivers now, because of front end damage. That's really helped the 30 car out though, as the 30 car is able to get by now the number 11, and I believe he's now in first place. As we can begin to switch cameras, I think maybe the 21 there is also, after that incident, might be about to be lapped because he was forced to pit. The 51 has some significant front end damage as well. Not sure exactly what caused that though, that massive crash back there. Excuse me, like I said, we might want to check in with the drivers to see what happened. Or we see here now we're riding on board, or we're spectating now the 69. So there's just nobody in front or nobody behind him. He can just kind of sit out here and do his own thing. I mean, there's the 21 car there way behind him, but not really any kind of threat to him. Good ride on board with who I believe to be our race leader at the moment, number 30 car. Just another win in the books for him if he's able to convert this into a win. I mean, he does not have a win this season yet, but that was because he disconnected from Daytona, unfortunately. This would be his first win of the season. Certainly not his first win, though, with us, as he's won a ton of races last season and took the championship. A significant number of cars disconnected, or are they just all really well spread out? Because I think we do have some of these drivers here that are pretty spread out now. Now it's just kind of monotonous as these drivers work down. I'm just going to check the lap count currently. really quickly here. We have 30 out of 67, so we're about halfway there. Hopefully we'll see maybe a caution that'll bring out, and we can get these drivers all bunched up a little bit. Maybe have some more interesting racing. I know tend to get a little bit more crashing that way, but I know we can maybe get some more interesting racing if we get them a little bit more bunched up. Alright, we are back. Well, let's go ahead and ride on board with the 40 car, I guess. Taking a look here, we see it sounds like his engine is actively like... Sounds like he's mashing the gas pedal, but I know he's probably not. We see the 30 car has now entered the pits. Does that mean that the 40 is actually leading the race now? Or no, that can't be. That the 40 had to unlap himself, right? Or... Unless the 40 is leading the race. That is possible, but I'm pretty sure... Unfortunately, this game does not provide very good information in terms of who is where on the track, and so we don't actually know who's leading, and we don't know where the other drivers are in relation to an individual driver that we might be spectating. The only way to do it is by eye and determining what colors you can kind of see from different car paint schemes. It'd be nice if they built in that feature, but this game has stopped development a 2 years now ago, I believe, and so unfortunately, they don't actually have that in this multiplayer system. We can't see lap count, nor can we see the actual positions of all the drivers. So we see, taking a look now with the 24 car, he's got a ton of gap now before he reaches these other drivers. Let's go ahead and actually take a look here, and let's maybe take a look at what our leader is doing. And I believe he's our leader. Like I said, I apologize, I really don't know at this point, because the application is not all that amazing in terms of telling us where people are. Let's take a look at some of his racing series. He's going to hug this wall a little bit. He's going to actually do a little bit of braking here, and then he's just going to kind of let it ride through here. This is what makes the 30 car such a great driver. Just how effortlessly he's able to take all of these corners. How smooth his driving is. It's just really smooth, and it just causes him to get such great times around these tracks, and he's able to really excel in this series. I mean, he did bump the wall a little bit there, but that's alright. He's gonna... The same really smooth entry and exit of this corner. And in the middle, he just holds it so tight that you just... Oh, see him getting a little bit loose there, though. That's not good. As he's trying to get by the 51 there, he's not going to go back up high. Now he's going to tuck back up high just before the corner. Come down, take it kind of smooth here. Just how effortlessly he's able to take these corners. I keep emphasizing it. It just really gives him a ton of... It takes a ton of time off of his laps. And he's really able to pull ahead of everyone else. As we see there, the 40 cars going into the pits. Take a look at a couple of these other drivers and take a look at some of their driving. Even if we take a look now on board with the 21 car Finzo, he is behind here, the number 11 car. But you see even mid-corner, the car gets a little shaky as he's making corrections. Might be the fact that I think... no, I could be wrong, never mind. But we see that they're making little corrections in the corner. It's just amazing how smoothly the 30 car, though, can just come into the corner, and it's effortless. Here we see, most cars here, we see they turn a little bit more and a little bit less and stuff in the corners just to try and... the 21's now over into the wall there on that side, but he looks like he's kept it together. It looks like the 99 has spun around. That was not good. The 99 could have easily ruined the 21's car. 99's got to get off the track there. But like I was saying, we see these drivers here, like even the 24 and stuff, are making these little corrections in the corner. and they just are not nearly as smooth as this 30 is able to take these corners here. See him coming down a little bit below the line there, and now he's going to try and go up a little bit. Okay, I think he's coming down here. We see just the car, just the way he turns, you can almost tell he's making a lot more corrections in the corner than the 30 is. And the 30 is just able to effortlessly glide through the corners. It's really amazing driving from the 30. And not to say that these other drivers are not as good, or are not actually good, because we see a lot of them have put in really good times. It's just these like little micro corrections I think cost them a bit of time in these corners. As the 30 is able to just effortlessly cruise through them though. Here, we'll take a little bit more look at some of his driving here. See, it doesn't look like he's making quite as big corrections as some of these other cars are. We see just really smoothly through the corners, and then really smooth on the exits. Coming in, nice smooth braking, and then we see really smooth turn into the corner. We see a really smooth middle there. He did go a little bit below the white, so that was a little bit of a mistake, I think. I don't think he wanted to do that, but he might have. And then we see really smooth on the exit there. It's a really smooth entry, really smooth mid-corner. He just holds it really tight in the mid-corner, except for that one time he did tuck below the white. Unfortunately, though, I think someone has crashed while we were talking about his driving style. I don't think that took anyone. It doesn't look like anyone's actually been taken out of the race because of it. I'll need to maybe talk about what happened there with some of the drivers here in a second. Fortunately, we just can't really provide the same level of commentary and the same level of penalty watching. We can't do either of them quite as well as we normally would with half the people. In some cases, a third. So we see these drivers now are just continuing their caution lap. Maybe we'll see a restart with some more action here. It looks like, unfortunately, Trolls got thrown to the back. Maybe he completed his pit stop under the caution. That is throwing him to the back, though, of the pack. So we see here all these drivers starting to tuck together now. We're taking a look here at the back of the pack. We see there the 40 car gets slammed over into the wall there by the 60. Here, the two teammates now are side by side, as it looks like the 24 is going to get by here, the number 2 car. Just maybe sneaking by him here. Think about he's going to tuck in front. We still take a look now here. Even when the 30's under pressure here from the 21, we see him just taking these pretty smooth here. Take a look, we see, I think, a couple of drivers there just grazing the wall with their tires, actually, almost. Looks like you could see parts of stuff, like bits and stuff coming off the cars, but it doesn't look like it actually gave them that much damage. Here, we'll take a look up, actually, with our leaders here, because it looks like the 21 is actually right there on the 30. Take a look here in the first-person hood camera of these cars. See, the 20 here is making a lot of corrections though in the straight, as he's actually got a lot better entry into the corner. He's going to get a lot more time, but it looks like his mid-corner is just not quite as stable there as the 30. He's going to reverse and try and go low now with the 30, maybe try and get another run low on the 30. Here in a sec. Oh, as he gets right on the bumper, bumps the 30 actually out of his way almost. Pushes the 30 on over. As we see, it looks like the 99 spun mid-corner. easier. See the 22 here just, you know, does these little corrections and stuff. And with a 30 we don't get as much of that. It's a lot more smooth here. See, no corrections. He doesn't have to make the mistake of going... He doesn't make the mistake of going high. That's not necessarily exactly what we were looking for here. You'll see the 22 just wiggles around a little bit here. 30 is going to back off there and make a little bit of a correction, but he just is so smooth on his entry and mid-corners that, like, a lot of these drivers just wiggle around in the mid-corner trying to find out where they actually want to be, and he knows exactly where he wants to be every single time. Taking a look here, it looks like the, oh, who is that? The 99 and the 24 are pitting. Might see some other drivers maybe coming into the pits here in a little bit. We do see here with the continuing back up here with the leaders, taking a look up at our continuing to look at our number 30 car and the number 21. I would assume we probably have somewhere in the range of 15 laps maybe left, although that could be wrong. Maybe we have less. But this is only the first track of the day, and we still have 2 more amazing tracks. I know all these drivers absolutely love the Roval. It's amazing. But we'll have the Roval next, and then last race of the day will be in Iowa. So we will see how that one works out. That'll be like one moment here. We're going to continue to watch these drivers, but I just need to write one message. Looks like some incident in the back there just brought out a caution, actually. It looks like the 11's got a really mangled up hood. I apologize, I did have to step away there for like 1 second. Little bit of a busy schedule today, but we gotta make it work here. Alrighty, we see these drivers now just complete their little bit of a caution lap. I'm going to be gone for one last second here. I'll be back hopefully before it starts. Alrighty, perfect. Everybody's lined up and the green flag is away here. Taking a look now. Some of our drivers here. We see the 2 cars actually up in the lead here. And we see some metal crunching as the 11 gets spun. Oh, god damn it. I looked away for a second and I didn't see the 11 get spun. I saw the front of the 11 get spun around. I need to talk about the 11 penalty with them. Alright, we'll talk about the 11 spin after the restart with them a little bit after the race and see what we end up doing for penalties. I was not actually able to see that one because we were up with the leaders, and the moment I switched off, I can't switch to a specific driver. I've got to cycle through every single driver in order to find the one that I actually want to look at. So unfortunately we didn't actually catch the number 11 spun. And what happened there. We get ready for our restart. See, all these drivers are off now. We're going to go ahead and actually, we might switch cameras here and take a look now at the 40 car here as we see the number 11. Okay. And it happened again. Although I don't think that was necessarily the 40 car's fault. Don't think that was necessarily the 40 car's fault. We'll discuss with the drivers just after this race. We'll actually make it pretty quick. We might have to mute the broadcast for a second just so I can go check with them. And then we will get penalties handed out during the intermission between the races. And maybe if we have enough lemons, we'll drop it between the, maybe after the third race. But we'll see. I think we only have like 5 in the chest. So we see drivers go ahead and get lined up for the restart probably here in a moment, as it is just a caution period still. And as everybody goes ahead and gets lined up, hopefully we don't have a third situation here where the 11 gets spun around. Green flag is out. Pretty good getaway here for a lot of these drivers. As we see the 24 really pushing for that position there. It's going to come up and make them go through. Idea gets just a little bit on the bumper. Oh, god damn it. Did another thing happen? Okay, we're good. Thank God. We might have to go yell at these drivers if they did another thing. Caused a third restart. Well, actually, that would have been if they caused the 4th restart. And it looks about like they just did that, though. Still, okay, here we go. We'll have to rewind the broadcast just a little bit to find out exactly what happened there. Looks like we see there the 60 car, they're spun around the 24 just a little bit. But also, I think there was another car that spun there too. Couldn't quite catch the second one that spun. I think we saw the 21 there also spun around, but I'm not quite sure as to how the 21 spun around and whether someone actually spun him too. Take a look over here. 21 is significantly damaged here. I'm not sure whether the 21 spun on his own though. We'll leave one of those up to consideration. No, we'll just give it out. Hopefully we can actually get a couple laps, our last like couple of laps in now though. And it looks like the 11 just gave the wall a tap there. Really nothing eventful has happened here. We've just seen a lot of the pack here start to battle things out. I mean, we do see that the 30 is in the lead here. The pack is battling it out here as we see the 11's actually able to get by the 4 there. Looks like, though, there is some kind of slowing down. I'm not sure whether that means that we had a crash or whether we actually just ended. That could possibly mean that the race just completed there, with these guys all really close on in together. We will have to see now if this is the final race order and what the final race order actually is here, but I believe that means that we have the 30 winning if this is the actual completion of the race. And it looks like it is, as we see all the drivers now start to actually slow way down here. That would be the completion of the race. Well, That was actually, I think, fairly fun for a race. I am going to go ahead and quickly mute the broadcast just to go ahead and check in with the drivers on what happened there for a couple of those penalties before we actually get started. I hope you guys really enjoyed that race. The next race will be at the Roval. I know these drivers some of them don't love the Roval, but hopefully we'll be able to actually make it pretty clean. I'll see you all in hopefully a couple of seconds here. Alright, welcome back, everyone. Just had to go and check there with a couple of penalties, and then we had a couple of drivers who I believe had to leave, unfortunately. I believe we have everybody just about all in here and hosted. Almost in a moment here. Don't know whether that means they are quite yet ready actually for me to go and join, and they're actually going to be at race day in terms of their... There we go. Perfect. Alright, I can go and join in. Godspeed to all these drivers. Daytona. God, the Roval is quite the track. I know we've done it now 3 times, I believe. And it is pretty crazy if these drivers can't actually keep it together. Hopefully they can keep it together, but we'll see how that actually ends up going. Let's go ahead and pull up the broadcast here. Yes, Blue, I definitely do. Most certainly I do. As we go ahead and let all these drivers get loaded on in here. All 3 inches. Alright. So here we're just gonna wait for a second here for all these drivers to get all loaded in here. Yes, Pepe the Frog will be driving with us, I believe, today. You see the green light now. Oh god, here goes nothing, ladies and gents. As they come around turn 1. Oh my god, they did it. Congratulations. We've already completed the race. They got around turn 1 once. That's all that I wanted from this race. If we can actually complete a lap now, I'll be absolutely astonished. As we see the 40 now went off. Uh-oh. 21's Spinaroo. And so did the number 48 car. That's a new livery there for the 48. Looks like we're not going to bring out any cautions. Yes, see, some of these drivers look like Pepe when they're turning their wheel left, right, left, right, left, right. Especially on this track, we see them going all over the track now. They are vrooming and zooming. Got 5 lemons in the chest, so I don't think we can actually drop it anytime soon, but we see here... Taking a look at these guys all coming around the back straight. Are we actually going to complete a lap before we have a caution? This is honestly going to be amazing. We see, unfortunately, I think the 21 is retired then from the race. That is pretty unfortunate here, but can't really do anything about it now, as we see actually the 30 is now back up into the lead of this race. 30 might take 2 wins here, depending on how this ends up working out. There is still quite a bit to go left in this race, and we know it tends to turn into caution fest. Like it normally does tend to turn into caution fest. Go ahead and grab ourselves some Pepe the Frog driving pretty quickly here. Alright, we'll go ahead and take a look here and just... Ooh, that's a mistake. Alright. One more. Looks like we did bring out a caution there. I was not exactly looking as I was actually trying to see our stream here. Got a couple of viewers. Yeah. Looks like the 21, yeah, is permanently disconnected from the race. She's then coming around towards turns 1. Actually, we see the 40 get bumped up there into the wall a little. Uh-oh. And it looks like the 40 has spun again. Maybe just once there. I think that is not going to bring out a caution, though. And the problem is we can't exactly see what's going on always in the back there. That looks like it might have just brought out the caution. Throw me on that guy first. Okay. First. We see, okay. Green light being thrown out here. Green flag is out. See, actually, all of them are able to get by turn 1, which is surprising because I remember first couple of races we've had races where people just can't get by turn 1. See a lot of drivers there trying to do some late braking, but it just doesn't work for them as they get thrown off over into the grass, into the wall. Unfortunately, that might be another caution there. What do you know? Welcome back to the Roval. The ordinary things that just go on at the Roval. I mean, I'm surprised they got by turn 1 every time, but you know, lots of cautions now. Probably be this way until they complete a single lap in overtime, and then it'll end. This sure is madness here at the Roval. As it almost always is. Well, as it always has been. Go ahead and take a look here as we see the 69 now going off the track. This 24 just pushes the number 10 car right out of his way there. Doesn't really have a ton of space to go there though, so that probably was alright. We see them now coming around towards the back here. Looks like the 30 just got up a little too close to the wall and then got bumped over there by the 69 car. As we see 69 now slams himself straight into the wall. That's unfortunate there. I think we did see the 40 earlier, a little bit 30 car, excuse me, a little bit early. Nudged the 69 a couple laps ago. We see, actually these guys are now starting to get a little bit spaced out, so we might actually see some decent number of laps that were actually happening in this race. The 69 now is able to get by the 51 there. To make up some of these positions. I'm not sure exactly who's in the lead right now. These drivers are all so weirdly spaced out in like packs. We'll have to look a little bit closer to see who's actually winning. Maybe the next caution we'll be able to tell. Just unfortunate because the game doesn't show me, and so we can't really comment on who's actually winning some of these races. Sometimes we've actually honestly been confused to the point where we actually call someone the winner and then we realize that they actually didn't win the race. As we see there, 24 there just completely just shunted right there into the 10. Didn't even brake at all. Looked like he didn't actually touch his brakes. Coming around out of turn 1. As we see someone just pelted into the wall there at turn 1. 40 car, I don't think he put it anywhere near enough braking on there, turn 1. So you see the 4 car now might just be about to disconnect here as well. Don't know exactly what's going on here with the 4 car. See here the 30 car is actually able to go low now. The 2 car, 30 car is starting to make up spots if he is not already. battling for the lead here? I don't think he is, though. He now is able to continue to get by the 2. A little bit of a mistake there from the 2, though. Cost him. He tried to get up in front of the 30, and the 2 made a mistake, and the 2 dropped back behind, and now he's got quite a bit of a gap now to the 30 car. As they come around now in the front straight. I'm going to go ahead and let one of the drivers know that he is on 3 strikes. Give me 1 second. Here, I'm just going to go ahead and mute my desktop audio because I'm not sure whether you want to hear the driver's briefing. Sometimes it gets a little bit out of hand in there. Give us 1 second. Alrighty, we just went ahead and let him know that he is on his 3 strikes. As a lot of the drivers might be, they're a little defensive, but that's alright. I think that it was back for when he hit the 30 car. I think he got that one. I should have probably told him a little bit sooner so he actually knew what it was for, but I think we let him know anyways. We see here a mistake from the 51 is going to put him in the wall, and that's going to let the 40 by him there. Look, I think we just have the 21 as the only car he's disconnected so far. That is actually kind of nice here. We can actually watch the 69 a little bit here if you want to take a look at some of his driving. Look here. I think he's done a pretty good job now of not making a ton of mistakes. Now that a lot of these drivers are spaced out, they don't make a lot of mistakes. But when they're all really close together, they tend to make a lot of mistakes and cause a lot of incidents. I just gotta find a pack of people that are together so I can watch them and try and make sure that they don't screw anything up, and then I don't have to worry about giving out penalties. Just to find them, actually. Right now we're riding up over the 2 car, another one of the Air Frog cars here as he's coming up. I believe that's on the 4 car. Is it coming up on the 4 car? As he gets a little bit on the brakes there, loses the car a little bit there. It's like a bit more of an oversteer moment there as well. It could have been ping though, because that did not look like it was something that should have happened. See the 2 start to catch up and make a couple of moves here in a sec. We're going to go ahead and switch cameras, I guess, to some of the drivers who are pitting now. Got a number of drivers, actually, who just exited the pits, and now we're coming all along. A little tap there for number 10 on the wall. Just a little love tap. Gotta let the Wally know you love him sometimes and give him a little bit of a nudge. Just taking a look now, riding up over the number 30 car. 30 car won last race. We'll see what happens here at the Roval. He actually does a pretty good job here, kind of coming through all these corners. Did touch the wall a little bit there, but it's kind of something you got to do here at the Roval. A little bit of a wall tap every lap. He's actually doing a really good job here, utilizing some of his exit curb up the corners and stuff. It's really pretty flat over there. I'm not sure what the grip is like on that side because I don't normally race over there. I haven't actually been on this track in some time. But I remember it didn't feel too bad in this game in terms of the grip actually over on that really wide exit curve. Slowing down nice with his back chicane. Come around to the front and repeat it all over again. Over and over again. But maybe we'll see a couple of these drivers I know we were watching back here with the number 2 and the... We'll take a look actually here at the 40 and the 10 now. Are racing pretty close to each other. Still a significant amount of distance that the 40 will need to cover to actually get into striking range here between the 10, but all the 10 needs to do is make one mistake and the 40 can get up there, start to maybe try and make some moves. We did just see a couple other cars starting out their laps back there. These guys are coming around towards the back chicane. And we're just trying to find some drivers where there's some action for you guys to watch, but unfortunately I don't really see a ton. A lot of the drivers are mostly just spaced out, so it's not. I don't think it's going to be a lot of commentary on what's actually going on. It's going to be mostly, I think, on their driving right now. So a lot of these drivers just kind of letting it roll out, let the laps count down. Do see the number 30 though starting to come up on, I believe. Can't quite see who that car is. So maybe it's a little bit closer what number he is. Might be the 48 of Sherlock actually. Probably is what it is. Oh no, it's the 69 actually. Maybe we'll see something happen here. The 30 gives it a little bit of a tap. There's a 69. Close the door just a little bit too much. That was not good there from the 69. Went all over the track there. Don't know what exactly happened there. It could have been some kind of controller issue, or maybe he just got on the brakes and completely lost the car. That is going to let the 39, or the 30, excuse me, slip come right by him. We actually can look back at the 69. And take a look here. The 69. Here we are just continuing to ride on board with some of these cars. I know this is probably not the most interesting racing though that we've seen, because these cars are pretty spread out. We're probably not going to get any cautions right now. Probably actually going to let the laps tick down. I think this is something that we actually have seen at the Roval last time to kind of play out. Normally we joke about how they're never going to get in a lap, but I think what happens at the Roval is once these cars actually tend to get spaced out a lot, then we stop having these things where we crashes every lap, and then we just start to see it kind of just like wind down and turn into this just like monotonous. Everybody goes around and around and around and around.
What's up, Jed?
Oh, is there someone in here? Good day.
Yeah, it's Pat. What's up?
Hey, Tanks. So I think one of the things that, okay, we'll discuss this after this race, but I think we were I think we were talking about changing up the, I think we were talking about limiting the people in the broadcast booth just to Joe and Raiders and I for now, but I think we got wait a while. I don't want to talk about it on broadcast. I think we'll talk about it a little bit after. But I told Panda that I think we're gonna. I think I'll tell you after the broadcast, or I'll tell you after this race here. But I think
I'll just chill with everyone else up there then.
Okay. Well, no, you can chill probably down in here. It's just I think we were talking about limiting it, but I guess I don't really know because I told Panda that we were gonna think about just limiting it to the 3 of us because I think it kind of gets kind of crazy when we have a ton of people in here. But
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it after the broadcast. Oh, alright. Or I don't know. I think we were for the people on the broadcast. I think we talked about outside of the broadcast that we were it's getting a little bit crazy with a ton of people, and we're starting to have like 6 or 7 people in here. And I don't think we wanted that. I think we only want like 2 or 3 or just a couple of people in here. But we'll see what happens, and maybe we do end up deciding that we actually want to have quite a few people in here. We'll decide that a little bit here though after the broadcast, and we'll let you guys know what we end up going with. Mostly just kind of letting the race play out though. You see here the 69 just kind of doing his thing, and not a whole lot actually happening. Not a whole lot of fighting here for position. We can take a look at some of these other cars though, and see what's going on with them. And we do see here the 10 and the 24. Is it the 10 and the 24 here? Pretty close together, but don't think we've seen all that much action going on here. Maybe we will see. Maybe the 24 was actually able to get by the 10 there, but we were looking at the 69 here. We'll try and maybe watch a little bit more of this. Problem is the action is so spread out that you can't really quite tell where it's going on if you're looking at one thing. I will try and be a little bit better about switching through some of these camera views here to take a look at where the action actually is happening between these drivers. We see pretty much mostly everybody else is spread out, so I'm going to keep watching the 10 here for a little bit, even though he's actually quite a ways behind the 24. Not sure exactly how many laps we have around here. We can actually back out real quick and check. We'll see exactly how many we've got. Alright, so we've got, okay. Oh, it's only 27 laps, so we've only got 5 more laps. This race has actually gone pretty quickly then. We'll see how this ends up working out here and who actually ends up winning this. It is the Roval though. Maybe if a caution comes out, we could see some pretty crazy stuff going on, but right now with the current track that this race is taking, it doesn't look like we're going to see a caution. Looks like we're going to be stuck kind of with the race order just got, oh, and it looks like that was perfectly timed because, oh, never mind, that's with 21 that disconnected. Looks like we might not have a caution then, and it'll just kind of roll out for these last like 5 laps of the race, and kind of see what happens then with the scoreboard. If the 20 or if the 30 wins this, you could see him take quite a bit of a jump in terms of championship points. The thing is, though, Daytona was worth double the points, so maybe it won't actually have all that much of an impact on his score. Maybe it will put him, though. It'll definitely put him higher up in the championship, maybe second or third, if not first. We do still, keep in mind, we do still have one last race today as well after this. We have a race at Iowa, I believe, is our 3rd race of the day. Hopefully that track will also be really interesting. I know I had certainly enjoyed the race before this. I know the Roval just can kind of get a little bit boring, though, once we kind of either get a lot of cautions or a lot of people spread out. Doesn't really have a lot of, like, really good racing. Especially, well, just for our series, I think. Taking a look here, I don't know whether we've got really any other drivers, though, that are really doing much in terms of racing each other. We've got the 4 here and the 51, I believe that is. These guys are a little bit close, but they're not close enough really to actually have a whole lot go on here. here. I mean, we really don't have a whole lot going on at this point. I know, though, certainly at Iowa, I think the track will probably definitely be more interesting than these guys kind of rolling around. Well, it's all rolling around, but just got the number 10 here and like the number 30 here. 30 is quite a ways in front of the 10. What I've seen, I'm just trying to find some actual bits where we see anybody truly racing. We do see the 40 here come around. I believe this is on the front chicane. Yes, it is. It's going to come around towards turn 1. I'd expect we probably only have a couple laps, maybe 2 or 3 laps left, and then we gotta, it might take us a couple minutes again. We're gonna probably mute the broadcast just in between the switching around here. Ooh, as we see the 2 car now bumps himself out of the wall. I think we're probably gonna mute it just to go and talk with Tanks and a couple of other commentators, or people who have, people who have been in the commentating booth. I think we're talking about just like limiting it to the three people who normally do it, which is Raiders, myself, and Joe. But we'll see what we end up going with. We just got to check in with them and check in with a couple others about it. Not a whole lot happening here, guys. Kind of unfortunate, but check. Kind of just the same thing over and over. I'm trying to find if we have actually anything that where we can try and give out. Okay, we do see. Okay, finally, thank God, we see a little bit of racing here. We see the 69 now going low, though the 51, and that was not really the 51 kind of let it by there. Unfortunate, we see, can't really tell who's actually winning either because the race order sometimes is actually inaccurate. We see also the 30 here is behind the 51. Maybe we will actually see some, little bit of defending here from the 51, I guess. These are the cars here. But as this race almost comes to a completion, I'm surprised it hasn't yet because we only had 7 laps really to go, but I assume it will be very shortly. As we see there, the 30 tries to just shove his way up there, and that does not work for him. 51 just held it there. Held it like a rock, and the 30 then just kind of screwed himself over and almost sent himself into the wall there, but he was able to hold it. As the 51 there touches the wall and spins around there. Unfortunate for the 51, as he actually did a pretty good job there. The 30 tried to bump him, and that was actually kind of funny there for the 30. As we see the 30 now took a spin for the number 40 car, as we see the 30 now taking down. I think these drivers are finally starting to bunch up a little bit here. Maybe we'll see some racing here in terms of the drivers who are competing for the lead. Instead of people just actually lapping each other. We see here, okay, perfect, behind the, or by the 30 and the 69 now we're racing here in, coming around towards the front straight chicane. I'd assume this is one of, if not the last lap. It looks like the 69 might have just crashed there. 69 just sent himself into the barrier there, and that definitely cost him. That's definitely got to be completion. As we see the 30 car slowing down. It's about to be the end of this race. As we see the 69 is just like stopping on the line. Probably a joke because he's probably going to wait for someone to finish and try and just pull right in front of him. Unless everybody is stopping. I think they were messing around there as the 69 was going to wait for him. Don't know how well that ended up working out for the 69 there. As we see everybody here just go ahead and come to a completion here. I don't actually think we gave out that many strikes though. Surprisingly. Wasn't actually all that much dirty driving in this race. Although I did see a little bit of bumping, but I think a lot of it was not particularly penalty worthy. This here is all, I believe, just post-race cool-down laps as the race is now completed. Perfect. All right, this is the final race order. Looks like the 30 car did win this one as well. I'm going to quickly go ahead and mute the broadcast and just check in with a couple of the drivers here for 1 second, and then we will hopefully be back in a couple of minutes here before we get into our next race. Thank you all so much for watching the third race of today will be at Iowa. I'll see you all in 1 minute. And perfect. It looks like we are all ready here to go ahead and hop on in now. Just go ahead and get everything all loaded up. Perfect. They're all at race day, so we're going to go ahead and see this race hopefully get started here in a moment. Alrighty. Take a look now at the live race. This is going to be our last race of the day, and it's going to be at Iowa. Hopefully we see some really nice racing for you guys here. Hopefully it'll be a little bit different than a Roval that's just completely boring when everybody's so well spaced out. You just don't get a ton of that racing. Alright, as we see the 30 car, like normal, is up in the lead, but we're going to take a look now here at some of these other drivers. There are a lot of these other drivers. We've got the 24 and the 69 actually side by side here. We're going to watch them pretty closely now. As we see the 69 getting in front, getting a little bit up on the bumper there, the 30 car. As we see the 24 now going low. I think the 69 is probably going to be a little cautious after we told him that he's got this 30 strikes, but we can see what happens. We'll see what happens. 2 car, the 10 car over here. We got them just like this. We got the 10 car going up a little bit in front of the 2. Perfect. Okay. Looks like he's a little bit of crashing up there as the 40 just sent himself into the wall. Take a look up back at the lead. I know we took a second to take a break from that. As we see 69 now is up in front of both the 30 and the 24. As we see the 30 now trying to go inside now the 69. And the 69 is going to defend as the 24 is now going to try and go low with the 30. 24 is just going to block the 30 from really being able to go anywhere now. 30 is kind of stuck in a place where he can't really do much. And he's going to get forced back down into third place. As we now see the 24 now coming. Oh, geez, they're 3 wide. There's 69 comes down, a little bit of bump to the 24. 24 is going to go up into the 30, but the 30 is going to be able to get by them here. Really nice racing here from these 3. We see the 24 now trying to go a little bit high, but the 30 is, I think, going to push him up towards the wall over a little bit there. 30 is actually able to hold the lead. As we see here, a little bit of tire squirm there. I think a little bit lost it from the 30. I think the 30 lost a little bit there. That cost them a ton of time. Oh, 24 is losing it too. That's going to let the 69 right by. That is not good, not good, not good. Pushing really hard to keep up in front of the 69 car. That cost the 24. As he spun the car right around there. Other guys here. I think actually we can take a look here at some of the midfield. Right now we're right on board with the 51. Midfield drivers now starting to just kind of get a little spread out here, but hopefully this track will be close enough that we will see them continue to have some good racing though. As we see actually up here, I have not been doing a very good job keeping up on penalties right now for this little bit of race because it's quite action packed. A lot's been going on. just some more spacing out. So take a look now over here. J-Pen actually over here with the 51. Sorry, I've been a little bit preoccupied with some stuff. You see the 51 now soaring around the outside of the 24. Now the 51, I think. Oh, Jesus Christ! I literally looked away for a second. All right, we see the 50 or the 40 and the 2 car came together there. Give out a strike there, or not a strike. Sorry, we don't actually have any drivers that have strikes. Flag now falls. We do see that 30 is actually continuing to hold his first place. And go ahead and switch around a little bit here. Take a look now towards some of these drivers here over in the middle at the back, but a little bit of metal crunching there. So the 40 hits the wall there. Nice and close and tight racing here. Mistake there, causing me to just go away with correction. Not super big. We've seen a number of drivers just give the wall taps too. But these 2 up in the lead are really pushing it to get out in front of these guys. As it looks like there, the 40 just kind of dumps the 10 car. Looks like the 40, oh, 24 is off as well. Looks like the 40 just kind of dumps him right here. Yeah, not good. Not sure the 40 really had anywhere to go, though. It doesn't look like he did. But I know the stream replay is slightly delayed, so I'm actually watching the stream replay at the same time. We're going to dump the lemons. Okay. You want the lemons right now? We're in the middle of a race, though. I'll dump them. Like I said, we dump them. Okay. We'll dump them. You want the lemon right now? Well, I don't want to dump them while you guys are racing. We're going to dump them just after you guys are done racing, I guess. Before the stream actually concludes. Here we see the 24 now going just off right down below the yellow line. Indication that maybe hitting. Troll saying, give me the lemons. Yes, I will give you the lemons in a little bit. High, taking a lot of speed in that corner. There's a little tap because of it. Getting a little bit hot there, but that's alright. You see, it didn't really cost all that much. 30 still being really smooth in these corners, like I was talking about some more earlier tracks in Homestead. Just really smooth. So I think that was 24 exiting the pits. Excuse me. Sorry about that. That was probably pretty loud. As we see the 30 now continue just to keep the low side here, the 69. I should have muted myself there. Sorry about that. As we see the 69 here now coming up on some lap traffic. It's going to get high at the 40 and just sneak right by him pretty easily there. One last time. Again. 3 seasons on stream in this Okay. Take a look up here, I guess, towards some of the... Still watch some of the top drivers here in the pack. Here we see 69 is actually up in the lead. This is looking to be a pretty good race, hopefully. I think the 30 just had too much momentum there, and he just kind of tapped him, and that was weird, but it almost looked like he was about to spin there, which kind of was a little bit odd, but it seems pretty good. Now we can actually take a look back here with me before we get right now. Yeah, I know there's a little bit of a delay on the stream, so I can try and rewatch it as it's up, but. And it looks like we got a bit of a crash now. Ooh, his J-Pen just tried to... Oh, just barely threaded the needle there. Damn, that was close. Okay, we'll see J-Pen here barely thread the needle between the two of them. In a second here on the replay. And it just sneaks right in the middle there. That was really close. Not sure what exactly happened between those two as we were taking a look up at the leaders. We were trying to watch these guys who are a little bit closer down together. Really, though, I think we've got some 51s in the pit road. And then we've got, I think really this is probably the best group to watch. Here's the 30 and the 69 now fighting out for the lead. Excuse me, Actually, looks like the 30 is making a few more corrections. He's still really smooth though. His driving is still extremely smooth. There. Ooh, 69 gets in front of the 30, and 30 just kind of pushes him a little bit, and almost sparking the 69 around. I'm not sure how many penalties I should be giving out here, because I wouldn't call that a penalty, because there was not really room for the 30 to go there. I haven't really handed out many, if any, during this race, maybe 1 to 40 car. Nothing super crazy this race. It looks like it's actually been fairly clean. I mean, even though this has been really good racing, it has been really good racing, and you haven't really seen any people wiping others out here. Very nice to see. Very nice to see good clean racing, where we don't actually have to use the penalty system, because amazing to see these drivers actually, respecting, keeping it clean out there. I think right now we do see, though, there's a lot of spacing between some of them, so we'll just continue to watch this fight for the lead, although 30 hasn't been able to make a move here that's been able to stick right now with the 69. We'll maybe see something. He usually pulls up as a... lost my way with words. Maybe we'll see something where he tries to pull out some move a little later during the race. Probably about a good half a lap to replay it, but you guys can't actually see it. As we see the 69 now just trying to go low here. Actually, the 30 is going to try and go low here and get right by him there. The mistake from the 69 is the 30 is actually just sneak right by and get a ton of distance now. I think out from a little bit of distance. Because same now. Just completely swap positions now that 30's going to get by. It really cost the 69 that mistake there. Now he's up in the wall a little bit. That's going to cost him quite a bit of time. See how he's turning out now. Drops back quite a bit now as the 30 comes up on some lap traffic. As the 2 car is actually back out, he's having a bit of trouble there. We just saw him kind of going all over the place there. I'm not sure quite what happened there. It's probably ping he's been having, I think, in a couple of the past races. Ping has been a little bit of an issue. I know these guys only have one server for this game in like Georgia or in South Carolina. Maybe it's North Carolina. But a lot of our drivers connect from around the world, and so trying to connect to that server means that they sometimes have pretty high ping. So it's kind of hard to play. Sorry. So we see the number 40 now kind of wiggling all over the place. So we're looking at the number 4 and the 40 fight now here. I don't know what the lap count is on this race, but I expect this one's probably also going to be over at some point. Fairly soon, because the other ones were pretty short. We'll see. Actually, I'm going to back out and just check the lap count. Currently the lap count actually stands at 44 out of 70 laps, so we actually have a little bit more to go, but hopefully we get some interesting racing like we've actually had. I mean, it's been pretty good at this track. I've actually kind of enjoyed watching some of the stuff that goes on this track. Fortunately, I'm a little sick, so sometimes commentating is hard. Or I don't know why. I don't know why I've been sneezing so much, but something's going on. As we see here, the 30's coming up on the 51 now. 30 is our race leader. And we see him coming up on the 51 now, going high a little bit around here. That's not going to work for him just yet. He's going to try to reverse and go low. Sneak right by the 51. He's 51 actually down. Right back up, but the 30's already completed his pass. He's now in front of the 51. Taking a look, we'll go ahead and take a look at some of these other drivers here. We've got the 24 and the number 10 right here. 24 is actually about to be lapped, even though he was in 3rd place a while ago. Some issues have occurred. He's dropped way back down the field a little bit here. Well, I mean, we don't actually have that many drivers, so he hasn't fell that far down the field, but he has dropped back to a place where he's about to be lapped here by our leader. Go ahead and go back up and continue to watch our leader as he comes up and now gets by the 10 car. Now he's actually trying to go for the 24 here, I believe, and we also have the 69. And if I'm not completely mistaken, then the 69 is also coming up here in range of the 30. 30's got some way to go. I think I saw the purple of the 69 car also up there. We can go right on board the 30 car and see how he's able to do this here. So he's racing. He's very, very smooth still, like we were talking about earlier. Just look at how he just pretty much turns in and doesn't have to make huge corrections in the corner. And it's amazing how much time he's able to get by just being really, really, really gentle and smooth with the car. Just driving here, we see just doesn't make any mistakes there. Unfortunately, though, that looks like the 40 car, or 4 car, excuse me, has just completely spun out. And that touched, I believe, Is that the 24? Maybe that's a 2 car, actually. I might be mistaken. It might be the 2 car. No, it's a 24. And the 40 car's up there. And so I'm not sure what I was thinking with the 69. Maybe the 40 car's actually was relapped again. I could be mistaken, actually, about that. It's a pretty short track, though, so it's probably not that likely. As we see, just continue to watch up here at the 69. Excuse me. We watch up here with the 30 car and just see how smooth his driving is. He did make a little bit of a correction there. And decided that he didn't like what he was doing there. But even when he makes his corrections, they're not violent or anything. It's just really, really smooth. He's able to keep a lot of his speed up in these corners. And he's able to really just get like the most out of these lap times. It really shows in his way to dominate these races. These amazing results. And I expect to see if we don't see these other drivers make some serious improvements, he might win the championship again this season. These drivers are going to really have to step up their game to be able to fight for championships because his driving style just really, really suits this game. It's really, really smooth motion with the cars, and just how he's able to go in and know exactly what he wants as he's taking the entire corner. Know exactly where he wants to be the entire corner. And we see some other drivers doing it here, like we just saw Jake Penn, I believe, right up the front do it. But still, you just see the 30's approach to these corners. He just maximizes every little bit of track space there. Really, really amazing job from number 30 car. He's actually coming up now on the 24. He's actually able to pretty effortlessly get by him. Now his next target would be the 40 car. Just kind of got him in his sights. The other thing that's amazing is just how clean the 30 car drives. I don't think we've got a single strike for him. I think we've got one from the Roval, I believe, but I think we've got one from the Roval. But besides that, his driving has been amazingly clean on these tracks. Actually, consistently throughout even all of last season, we just see his driving style is just relaxed and clean, and he's just like, I don't know, I'm not trying to butter him up or anything, but like, it's just really smooth, really suited to this game. We see 24 has come into pit road now, trying to get some tires and some fuel, some sweet fuel. And we'll take a look here at our 69 car. He took that a little bit smooth. I think he went in a little bit quick, but it's just amazing how consistent the 30 is also able to be, like, in terms of his speed he goes in, because, we see a little bit of a mistake there. The 69 went a little bit quick into this one, a little bit quick into this corner as well, and he's just not on the same. He probably is also taking a slightly different line here in his mind from the 30 car, but you see the 30 car is just able to hold exactly where that line is, and you see sometimes not just with the 69, but a lot of the other drivers, sometimes they'll make a little bit of a mistake going a little bit too quick, and they'll come up and just tap the wall just a tiny bit. Or they'll just come up just a little bit, and it's going to cost them quite a bit of time. And we see that doesn't really happen with the 30 car, because they're able to just keep it right on the line and right at the right speed. That was definitely the 40 car spinning the 240. Strike one. Strike one. I'll go ahead and let the 40 car know that we know about that one. Give me 1 sec. I just gotta hop up into the driver's briefing, so I'm gonna quickly make the call. Back in 1 sec. Alrighty, we're back. Just let the, so apparently, actually, I made a mistake there. The cars between the 51 and the 40 look quite similar when I was looking at it. I guess I wasn't thinking quite enough, and so I saw the red hood, and I was wondering what was going on there. That was actually the fault of the 51, so I gave the 51 a strike there for it. So 51's on 2 strikes. I think we have 2 drivers right now that are on 3. We have the 40 and the 69 car, both on 3 strikes right now. But they've actually been driving pretty cleanly, I guess, because, well, we switched to him, he goes up on the wall there a little bit, but it's not that, they've been driving pretty cleanly in terms of recently. So this was the car that ended up hitting him because his hood is quite, very mangled up. I just saw the front of his hood, and it looks sort of similar to when I saw the front hood of the 40 car, because they look kind of the same in terms of the red shade. So I figured they were the same, and I made that mistake, but we fixed that, and so the 51 now is a strike. I'm going to go ahead and check the lap count again here. Hopefully I'm sure this race is probably winding down now. We've got 67 out of 70 laps, actually. So we may see, hopefully I can get into the race before it actually ends. As the race is coming down.
Hey,
on the
just
last
pop it in to give you a quick lap count.
Yep.
They got like 4 left.
Yep. I actually backed out and checked on the stream, and they said it was like 67 out of 70 or something.
Alright, well, I got here a little bit too late then.
No worries. Thank you for that.
Yep.
That's right. Perfect. Alright. Alrighty. Perfect. Alrighty. You see the 30 here. I think this race is now then about to be over. It sounds like they're probably about to slow down as soon as they cross the finish line for another maybe 1 or 2 laps. Because it tends to take me about a lap to get back in. Let's see here, as it looks like the 30... We kind of have to guess when the race is completed because they start to slow down. And I'd say we still have probably another lap or 2 then, if the 30 is slowing down here. He is, but, well, he's not slowing down yet, so maybe it's going to be either after he crosses right now, or it's probably actually going to be next lap then. No. It's the race is completed. And the 30 car has won the race, I believe. Well done to the 30 car. We are going to go ahead and drop the lemons now in a moment here if everybody's ready. If everybody is ready, I think we can go ahead and drop the lemons. Alright. Perfect. I'm just going to wait for all of our drivers because I know we have a significant number of drivers here that are actually watching the stream. So as soon as they are all ready, if they can actually hear, we are going to go ahead and drop the lemons now. We're dropping the lemons now, so if you guys are not ready.
I'm sorry,
I've been here while everybody's now saying hi.
We're gonna go and drop the rewards now.
Talk to you. You rate?
Oh.
We're okay.
I went back to iRacing.
Lemons
Yeah,
are getting.
okay,
here we go. We're gonna distribute them now.
Distribute. Alright, lemons. Yes.
Bam. 30 seconds. The countdown is beginning. Everybody who else is watching the stream is not actually one of our drivers because I think actually everyone who's watching the stream is a driver. But this is the driver's briefing. So nobody actually had any strikes there, or nobody had any penalties there. Somehow, I know.
How many strikes did Draggleton
3. He had 3.
So he would have gotten a penalty.
He would have. Had he done with the?
Just told me that the penalty was Draggle, not me.
Joey got a lemon.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so where are we in terms of? Let me get a screenshot of fastest lap. Okay, and where are we in terms of penalties?
Nobody got anything. Congratulations, JPen. You got 1.7 lemons. Blue, you got 1.4. Yeah. Popcorn, you got 1.3. Troll, you got 1.2. And Phoenut, you got 1.2. If life gives you lemons, you gotta get like no lemons. Those are the luckiest followers, apparently. Well, because we only had 6.8 lemons, so probably not many people got many things, but
There's a problem with your theory. My last name is Lemon, so I've always got a lemon.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Well, I think
we
we're gonna go ahead and conclude the stream then if we are done with our races, and then we can, I don't know, divulge into whatever the hell this meeting turns into after that.
Yeah. Okay. So now I gotta start doing out the points.
All
Yeah.
right.
Actually, let me see if the
Perfect.
Xfinity race is on. I'll stream that for you guys up in Pilot's Lounge.
Nice. All right.
JP, when
Thank
you
you
get a
everyone for
chance,
watching.
check your DMs for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it just now.
Thank you everyone for
I'm
watching. I
proud of
hope
that.
you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope you
Hey,
join
great
us
job
for
there.
next week. Next week races are going to be at Texas, Phoenix, and Las Vegas, and hopefully they're going to be pretty fun. So thank you from everyone here at fsATC. We hope you have an amazing day, and we'll see you later.